now tuned in to the E. Jones Show.
Featuring Sharonda.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the E. Jones Show featuring Sharonda. Sharonda's under the weather, but we do have a special guest today. We have Miss Bethany Benz joining us. How are you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm great. And hopefully you're enjoying the weather.
Summer's almost over where I'm at, but I'm enjoying the last of it. I actually like fall. So,
And why do you like fall?
well, I was in Miami for like 7 years. It was always hot, so
Okay.
I gave myself a lot of tropical weather. So I don't want to be too hot, and I don't like to be cold. So I like it. Let me see.
Got you.
Yeah.
So let's start off with your childhood. Like, where was you born?
Well, I'm originally was born in Ukraine, Kiev. It's not on the news for good reasons, but yeah.
Yes.
Um,
And speaking of that, like, how do you feel about what's going on now? If you want to voice your opinion.
I don't feel good about it. I mean, I just never thought that, something like that was going to happen because, Russia is like, I was born in USSR. I don't know. Some people don't know what that is, meaning Ukraine wasn't always an independent country. I'm older than Ukraine is. So basically, when I was born, Ukraine wasn't existent.
Okay.
So it was Russia and other people, and that country was called USSR. And then they got their independence, but I believe in 91.
Okay.
So basically, I just thought because Russia is right next door, we like brother and sisters, they would never do that to us. But Ukraine did all the money. But I just thought that was, we sold our nuclear weapons to them. So they know we cannot fight back. So I just, I didn't see that coming. It was very shocking.
Got you.
Yeah.
And when did you come over to the United States?
I was a teenager. It was 20 years ago, something like that. So I was in my teens, like 13 to be exact.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what made you want to come to the United States, if you don't mind me asking?
And I didn't want to come. At 13, your parents just dragged you. I honestly didn't want to be here, to be honest. I didn't want to come to America.
Okay.
My father made me come. I had no choice. You're a minor. So when your parents move to another country and they have a visa, you don't really have a choice. So
Yeah. You just got to say, okay, make sure my stuff is packed, and when are we leaving?
yeah, I mean, it was a culture shock. I didn't speak English. Like, it was tough. So yeah, it really wasn't, now I understand it was probably a good decision, but at the moment I did not want to go anywhere.
I got you. So you said that you didn't speak English, so I guess
No.
going to school here, it was tough.
Oh, it was bad. Yeah.
Did you face like people teasing you and?
Well, if I don't speak English, honestly, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Because you didn't understand what they were saying anyway.
Exactly. I mean, it wasn't the teasing. I don't think I got teased or whatnot. I mean, I had bigger problems than things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm sure people said things about me, but I didn't understand what it was about. I mean, but English, like speaking English, like not the writing and the proper English, just talking English. Like, English is not that difficult to learn, just to talk, like,
Gotcha.
So basically, like, I was okay, like in like a year or so I was okay.
Well, you speak very well English now. You have an
It's
accent.
been 20 years. It's been 20 years.
But you still you speak it well. You still hear your accent, but you still hear great English. So
No, my English is pretty good now.
So once you came here, you finished school and everything else. Like, what was next? What was your plan?
I had no plan. That's the thing. I got here. I didn't have no family. It was tough. My father. I mean, the only person I had here was my dad, and so I didn't know that it was different. Definitely different cultures from Eastern Europe to America. So I just had to basically figure it out. But I didn't have a plan. Like, oh yeah, I want to do this or I want to do that. It was like day by day type of situation. But before I got to like 18 or whatever, people basically was just telling me like, you should model, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, in my country, all the models are like blonde and skinny. So, because I have cousins that are like Vogue models and Vogue magazine and stuff like that. And, because we tall and everything like that. But I didn't think I was pretty enough to model. So I was just like, you guys are crazy.
We're not going to comment on that. As we say in America, you ain't hard on the eyes.
I mean, I just in Europe, I just seen, by European standards. I mean, I could have been in Europe. I would have had a chance because I'm exotic.
Okay.
But there's a lot of exotic people here. So, I mean, I just didn't see it until I tried out. And I'm like, okay, if I can get money, like make money from this, then we talking. And I could. So there you go. So basically, I had like a contract at 17. So before like the college and what I want to be, that's basically what happened.
Okay. And so how was the modeling industry for you? Because you hear a lot of horror stories. Some are good, some are bad. What's your perspective on it?
I mean, it is what it's what you make out of it. My perspective was don't spend any money on no modeling schools because I don't have any money to spend. My parents have any money to spend. So my perspective was go to work, don't do too much free stuff, make your resume and start booking paid work. And that's exactly what I did. I had my resume, my headshots. I was signed to a major agencies. They told me to lose a lot of weight. I lost a lot of weight. But then they told me I looked too sexy. They couldn't book me. And then they told me to get a breast reduction. I told them to F themselves. And that didn't work out. So, because at 17, I'm like, I'm not doing anything like that.
Yeah, they want you to do the most. Like, come on, man, stop it.
I mean, the thing is, I'm like, I'm already like super small. Like if I eat a burger, I'm just gonna put on another 5 pounds. So like it's like it's like I'm not gonna stay that size forever. So it just wasn't realistic, even for that, for that year or so, that you're not even promising me work, but you want me to do drastic changes to my appearance and you're still not promising me anything, So I'm the type of person that's not going to, put everything on the table, risk it all, put my life on the table, and then you guys gonna be like, oh well,
So what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
Okay, because I feel the spiciness coming out.
I'm not spicy. I just stand for what I believe, and that's that. Like, that's why I went with a small agency, and a small agency honestly was more catering to me than having a big agency with like thousands of models.
Yes.
And talent, and basically, so it would just take you on the shelf. You will say, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm signed to blah, 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 but are you making money? Because some models don't make enough money to live. I needed to make enough money to live because I don't have anybody. I don't have parents paying for my college. I don't have anything like that. So I needed to make enough money to, to
survive.
Do things. Exactly. Yeah. I don't want to just be a model because it sounds good. I'm not that type of person. I'm like, if this is not my job, then I don't care about it. It's like I'm not the type of person to like show off. I don't care. Honestly, I buy things just because I want them, not because you might not know that I had something or I went somewhere. Like I'm one of those people that is very shy, kind of, and very private. So I don't even know why I got into entertainment business. Honestly, so. But yeah, I went with a smaller agency, and it pretty much worked out. I booked pretty much every job they send me out to.
And what made you let's move forward now, because we know that you was in the adult entertainment industry. Mm-hmm. What made you go in that direction, from modeling to that direction?
Well, long story short, basically my outlook on that was you only have one life. If you don't do it now, you don't want to do it at 50. So, if you're thinking about doing something, if it's not illegal, you're not breaking the law, you're not hurting yourself or anybody else, I don't see no harm in it. And it's like, people was like, oh my God, well, what's the people gonna say? You got a modeling name, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, these people don't pay my bills.
Mm.
So it's like, I don't do things to please anybody, honestly. So I'm like, as long as I'm not breaking the law, hurting myself or anybody else, I don't see any harm in it.
So I want to go back to something that you just said earlier. Okay, you was in the adult entertainment industry, but you said you were shy. Like, how did you overcome that?
I was still shy. I'm still shy till this day. It's just like I'm a shy person. I was a shy kid. But I think me being in the entertainment kind of helped me out with that because I was super shy to the point like I had anxiety around a lot of people for a long period of time, like an airport or something like that. Because I was always been tall, and in Europe I stand out because I'm a mixed race, and here I stand out for whatever reasons. So it's like I get anxiety with people looking at me or people being in my business. I'm a very private person, so it kind of made me open up and being around other individuals and things like that, and especially adult entertainment. It's like people seeing you doing things.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, kind of helped me out actually. So yeah.
Did you have to take on like a different persona? Because again, I identify with what you said, with the anxiety, the shyness. So did you have to like kind of in your mind have like an alter ego?
Yeah, like my model name is my alter ego. So it's like, like you put on your makeup, this and this and that, you go out there. It's like, if you see me every day basis, I'm not doing all of that. So, yeah, so you're basically like, yeah, this is what I'm going to be, basically presented as. So
I got a good one for you now. And hopefully you never heard this question before. You're in the adult industry. If you want to tell us how long you was in the industry, but my true question to you is this: how could you juggle a real relationship and be in the adult entertainment world?
Um, well, it's not easy depending on people. Like I think it just depends on if you're an adult entertainer, do you date another adult entertainer or do you date a regular person? Well, not regular person meaning like a civilian person that is not in that field.
I got you.
Because if you date another adult entertainer, then it doesn't matter. But I never did because I just feel like it's a lot of it's not because it's sex related, but because I just feel like if we're doing the same thing, it's just too much of that, the same thing in the house. Like, I don't want to talk about that when I get home, So I wouldn't want to date nobody that does what I do anyways.
Yeah, because you're coming home like, huh, how was work?
Yeah, we're doing the same thing.
It's
like even working with somebody you dating gets tricky after a while because it's like, I will fire you. I don't care if you're dating, so you don't want to, you don't want to mix too much. This business and pleasure. So I think that's why I never dated adult entertainer. But as far as the regular guys, I will say I don't care. But it takes a very, very confident and understanding person that is very hard to get by. Like it's hard to find that guy, but it's possible.
Because I was just going to ask you that because, the intimidation factor comes in. If a man sees you in the street, he knows what you don't do for a living, but then he's probably saying, I don't want to approach her because A, she might not take me for real, or let's put it out there for some of the men that got ego issues, I might can't handle her.
Yeah, I heard that before, but but the people that can handle it, they will tell you that right away. It's like, I want to just kick it, but I don't want to, it's not going to go nowhere. But I think that's why you got to meet guys like that probably don't necessarily infatuated like with what you do and take you from like not a fan, like don't date a fan.
Gotcha. That's a whole different level right there. A fan of the group.
Because like it's I can't do it. Like so.
And I like the fact that what I wanted the listeners and the viewers to see is to hear you. because a lot of people have that assumption that they don't assume, they assume. And it's good to hear from you, your point of view. So people will say, oh, well, I read in an article, she said. You're not reading it. You're hearing it from the horse's mouth, which is you. So we talked about the relationship standpoint. Let's talk about like at home. Like, what do you do? Like, what do you call relaxing?
I mean, I don't know. I research a lot of different things. Like I'm kind of a nerd. I like to just look at like different shit. Like I don't know.
Okay.
Like different, like not I try to stay away from social media because like I said, I have anxiety and the more I look at like, because I have to do social media for work or whatnot, but it's just so much stuff on the internet. I'm like, but sometimes like I will take like a week off the internet into a real world, and it's a totally different world than the internet world. And I'm like, well, where are all these people on the internet? Because I don't see them. So there's two sides to, I do believe in like regular world, like, look at the sun, like it's a nice day outside, let's go for a walk, go to the store, go to the mall, like go do regular stuff, like, and I used to work so much and travel so much, but now I'm like I'm doing more of those things.
All right. So, I got to ask you the $1,000,000 question. Do you know how to cook?
A little bit. I'm working on it. I'm not a gourmet chef, but I won't be starving anybody.
All right. So, what do you know how to make? Let's go. What's your number one go-to meal?
I don't know, grill some chicken. I don't know.
Okay, that's good. Come on now. Don't sit there and like grill. That's better than you saying going to go get some chicken.
No,
At least you said
yeah.
grill the chicken.
Yeah, grill some chicken, steam some veggies with it, couple of sides. I don't know, something simple, some breakfast, simple things,
Well, you
smoothies.
got a plan. You got a
Yeah.
plan. Okay, I like it. I like it. So, are you into any hobbies? Like, what's your hobbies?
I mean, I used to like to draw. I'm getting back into that. Reading. Like I said, I wrote the book. So, like, yeah, like I don't know if reading is a hobby, but I used
Some
to read
people
a
say it
lot.
is.
Yeah, I used to read a lot, but now nobody, like, it's not cool to have a book because I'm like a book type of person. I don't like to download books and like, because like if I'm on a plane and you have to turn off your devices, it's interrupting my reading situation. With a book, I don't have to turn anything off. So, but yeah, I bought some books and I read pretty much all of them. But my book is like the one that I've been working on lately.
And I
So.
want to talk about this book. Like, what inspired you to want to write a book?
I always wanted to write an autobiography because people never understand me. And so, like, are you black? Are you white? Are you from here? Are you not? And I'm like, well, I'm neither or. And, and it takes, like, it's a long story to tell a stranger. So, because people are like, well, your accent is fake. And it's just, I was just like, I'm just different person. And I think people don't like that or they're intimidated by that. But I'm like, just because I don't fit in the box doesn't mean, because I'm not going to make myself fit in any box. Like I'm 5'10" with no heels, so I'm not fitting in any boxes.
You had to
So,
rub it in. I'm only 5'7". You ain't rub it in.
excuse me.
I said you didn't have to rub it in. I'm only 5'7". Don't
Oh,
rub it
that's
in.
fine. I mean, hey, I mean, you wasn't like I said. I'm working with what I had. Thank God it was a good height for like a modeling thing.
Yes.
Because people say, "Well, you too tall." I'm like, not in the modeling world. I'm not. So, too tall for whom? Like, so it's like you work with what you got. God make you how you are. So
Amen.
take it. So I'm working with what I have, and there you go.
Well, we got news, through the grapevine. First and foremost, I want to salute Dwayne, a good friend of mine. And I know you and Dwayne are working together. He's
Yes.
he's a great guy. Great, 100%.
Yes.
Love him to death. You're going to be attending the Weekend of Love for the network. We're gonna get you the model.
We shall see. We shall see.
Well,
I'm gonna show up and see how I feel.
and then also you bring in your book to vend so people can buy your book. Is there a chance that you'll sign the book for them?
Yeah, of course. If I'm there, why not? Definitely.
And we're definitely looking forward to that because, like I said, when Dwayne was like, "Would you interview?" I said, "Why not? Why would I not interview?" I said, "Because I want to give her a platform, especially for our fans, to kind of hear the other side of you and not, you know, the other side. I wanted people to get to know who you are. So if they Google you, they're like, damn, she was on Ian Sharonda's show. She's real cool. And you are real cool. You're a real laid back person. And I really enjoyed the conversation with you. You're not fake at
Yeah.
all. I
Thank
love it.
you. Thank
No.
you. Not yet. Not yet.
And the great thing about it is that when I interview, models, or we interview adult entertainment, um, people that's in the industry, I always go into the situation with open eyes because I don't want to put them in a box. I want this. My job is to bring the best out of them, and I think I did a good job bringing your personality out there because they'll see your picture and like, oh well, she's pretty, but I got you to talk, and that was the goal. I wanted you to spill your beans about you and who you are and what you stand for. And I want to say to you, Queen, because I always call every woman Queen.
Well,
I
thank you.
appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
So, what else do you got going on? Like, what's new before we let you go?
Just my book out and basically trying to promote it because I just put the extended version out. So basically it's been out only for like maybe a couple of months. But yeah, basically I'm just gonna like maybe do a little book tour or something like that. Yeah, and that's basically it because yeah, I like the extended version better. And
Okay,
there
so
might be more to come. So.
I gotta buy the book, but you gotta tell people where they can order the book from.
Oh, well, it's on Amazon.com. So it's on all my social media streams. I don't know if you have all my social media.
I want you to give it to them. It's your
Okay,
show, girl.
well, well, the book is like my Instagram is called Bethany Benz, and my backup is Sexy Bethany Benz, and the Instagram for the book is Black Book of Bethany, and also my Twitter is Sexy Bethany Benz. And you can also just go to Amazon and type in the Black Book of Bethany.
And the reason why I didn't give that to y'all, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm already following her, so
Okay.
I'm not telling y'all her social media. She gonna tell y'all where she at, where y'all can find her, and everything else. And I'm sure your book is a must read because you're a very interesting woman, and I definitely want to read the book so I can get to know you a little bit better.
Well, thank you so much. You should.
And is there anything in there? Is any surprises in there? Because I don't, you all you gotta do is nod your head. Is there any surprises I need to be
Definitely,
like?
definitely. I mean, I think I my ride in America has been very, very interesting. So,
Okay, okay. So you're gonna go on your book tour. We definitely looking forward to seeing you at the Weekend of Love. I can honestly tell you, you have men and women excited that you're coming.
oh, thank you. I like both parties. I love everybody.
Yeah, they definitely excited about you coming, and you're gonna get a lot of questions, good questions, but they're curious and they want to talk to you and they want to get to know you and they want you to feel love.
Oh, this is the Weekend of Love, correct?
Yes, it is. It's rewind. It's rewind showing love, and we're gonna definitely make sure that we show you love. And we also nominated you for an award.
What a word.
You'll see when you get there.
Oh, I like surprises sometimes. Hopefully, it's a good one.
It's a good one. It's a good one. We definitely want to
Okay,
let you know that you're going to be acknowledged, and
great. Thank you
and
so much.
you're gonna have a great weekend. And I appreciate that you gave me your time
Oh,
to
definitely.
have a
It was a
conversation.
pleasure. You have like a nice vibes. It's positive vibes only. So
I told Dwayne, I said she in good hands with us. I said, lucky Sharon ain't here because you really would have been relaxed. Like we just it's like I said. He said, "Well, how's your show with the interviews? Do you have any questions you write down?" I said, "We don't write down questions. We got a vibe." and we connect with the guests and we just let it flow.
Okay.
And we don't ask questions that's embarrassing, and we're not trying to embarrass him or her. We just want to have a regular conversation.
Definitely.
And I'm sure you did 100 of interviews with people asking the same damn thing over and over and over and over.
Well, not necessarily. I just think some questions just don't go away.
Well, you see, I avoided all those type of questions. I wanted
Yeah, it's a new day. I like moving forward. So.
to get to know you and everything else, even though I don't believe you're that shy. But I'll go along with it.
I say I'm shy around people I don't know, basically.
Okay.
I think even shy people, open people, around, people that's comfortable with. So.
And it seemed like you got comfortable. I thought it was going to take a little while for you to open up, but it seemed like you snapped in and said, you know what? I'm safe here. Let's chop it up. What kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to everything. Lately it's been kind of hard. I don't know what's going on, but I just probably just see what the streaming services do, and I'll just put in I like R&B, hip hop, even pop. Even the electric stuff. I don't know what Drake has going on, but his album had me relax. It kind of sounds like one big song.
Okay.
So it's like a floating body of work. So I kind of like that. I could just listen to the whole thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, again, like I said, I appreciate that you came on the show. And if you got anything else going on, please know the first time you rung the doorbell, the next time you could just walk in.
Oh, no problem. I will do so.
Please, we want you back. We want to definitely kind of make sure that we're on top of your journey, and whatever way we can help promote your book and promote you, you got us. You family now. We got you.
Oh, thank you so much. I will definitely be back. This was a great experience.
And I appreciate you so much.
All right. Well, take care. Thank you.
All right. God bless.
Same here.
All right. Bye-bye. That was Miss Bethany Benz who joined us. Sweet woman, down to earth and everything else. And, this is what we do on the E. Jones Show. We bring people on that are good people. And, just because they in a certain industry, that doesn't mean that that's what they're about in real life. Get to know them before you judge what they did. And she's the perfect example of being her. So we're going to get back to some more of this music. Enjoy yourself. And you need to come on out to the Weekend of Love. Bethany Benz will be in the building. You don't want to miss that. King's son will be in the building. And we got another performer that will be in the building. And we got some comedians that's going to be in the building. And we got the fashion show. So the rooms go on. They're on sale right now. Go to Eventbrite. The Rewind Network presents The Weekend of Love, Part 2. We're going to Maryland. You know what I mean? We're going to Maryland, National Harbor. I need to see y'all there. Peace.
You are now tuned in to the E. Jones Show.
Featuring Sharonda